Good evening, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. Today's Wednesday, June the 1st, 2022. Hope everybody's been well. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Um, Guys, what I wanted to talk about today is basically the relationship between uh, money and energy, or energy and the economy. Um, I know I've mentioned before that money is just a representation of energy. Um, Pretty much when I woke up, the thing that, or I call it waking up, when I realized what this world was really about, all the things that I did and all the things that we had been lied to about, and how the economy really worked, how everything really was. Okay, um, that's what um, made me realize that I had to start prepping, because there was gonna come a day that, uh, especially like the dollar, that our way of life was gonna change. I didn't know that it was gonna take so long, but in reality, I'm glad it did, because um, even though I started preparing for a lot of things, I was nowhere near prepared, uh, like I should have been. If what's happening now back then, I would have been screwed. Just to put it bluntly. Um, but the time from then to now, uh, my life has steadily improved. Um, the money, quote unquote, the money that I bring into my household has gone up, and things of that nature, and I'm pretty prepared. I'm a little bit more wiser, but um, I've been preparing. Especially the first thing that comes to your mind is food, the necessities of life, which is you're supposed to do that, okay. But then there comes a point where, okay, you know the rule of thumb, guys, to really to withstand some kind of economic event is like a year, right? You want to have at least a year, because it gives you some kind of cushion, some kind of wiggle room to be able to come up with something in case things break down. Um, but of course, storing up a year's worth of food or whatever, um, excuse me, that's just a year's worth of food. So, guys, what I'm getting at is, I see, I watch a lot of economic channels with I have my content creators that are prepper channels, right? Alaska Prepper, Preparedness Now, Pinball, the Angry Prepper, all the different prepper channels that have something to contribute to my life and how I prepare. All of them, everybody that I watch, everybody that I sub to, um, Melissa K. Norris, Homestead, just so many. And I also watch the economic channels, quote unquote economic channels, like Rethinking the Dollar, Economic Ninja, Gregory Manarino, Maneco 64. Um, the reason that I've always watched those channels is because that was the reason why I started to prep. When I realized, you know, the relationship of the petrodollar, the dollar being the world reserve currency, and um, and at the same time, I was on the other side of why I was prepping was I started learning about Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, uh, silent weapons for quiet wars. All these things were dots, chemtrails, um, Common Core, the all these things, guys. Okay, um, I didn't realize at the time, although I did have some kind of an idea that all these dots were related. Okay, there was some kind of a picture. It was kind of murky, but I knew that in general, the what was going on was that we were moving into a tyrannical world. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. Um, Along the way, I learned. Uh, I'd watched all kinds of videos, guys. Okay, but the common theme was the relationship of between energy and money. Okay, along the way, I started learning about how our about the legal fictions, the straw man, how the you know with using law, right, using legalese and things of this nature, the governments basically took over their commercial law, overlapped and buried natural law. You know what I'm saying? Um, there was the legal fiction where, in order to be able to engage in this life that we're living in commerce, right, in business, getting a job, um, signing contracts, things like that, you had to have your ID, right, your name. But I also learned that the name on these things were not us. Okay, so I'm trying not to go on a tangent here, but I'm gonna swing back to what I'm talking about. So the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, um, had the Maritime Admiralty Law, the law of money, commercial law. Now this system went back all the way to the Phoenicians, guys. Okay, uh, to the Babylonians and the Egyptians, but the Phoenicians were mariners, right? And they hit all these ports all along the Mediterranean, uh, North Africa, all around Spain. You know, they basically were the ones that founded Carthage, right? So they came up with this system of maritime admiralty law, like using some kind of a standard system, so that all these different people that spoke different languages, had different traditions, different cultures, so that they could be able to trade with each other and be able to have a cohesive system. Okay, there this rabbit hole goes very deep, guys. So I'm not. I'm I'm gonna try not to waste your time, but basically, with our IDs and stuff, they created this fiction, and they, through adhesion, through our acceptance that this is us, right? We got bounded to these contracts. Okay, and it's not us. It's not the physical us, right? It's the legal fiction, the ID, the name, right? And when I first learned this, it blew my mind, right? The straw man, the legal fiction, it blew my mind. Like, what is this? The municipal laws that, or quote unquote laws that we, traffic tickets, all that stuff, the system, what they used to steal from us, right? They use this commercial law, administrative law, or administrative processes, and they call it law. It's the color of law, guys, right? And they have used this to loot and pillage us, to steal our energy. Okay, and the reason that I'm bringing this up, guys, is because what we are seeing right now with this transition that what's happening, guys, is we're going into a new paradigm. The powers that be, the ruling class, whatever you want to call them, they have pretty much wrung out everything that they could wring from us, our energy. They've looted us. They've stolen the sweat of our brow, right? While they just piggybacked on us, and we did all the work. And through the Federal Reserve System, the money, they stole that from us. They skimmed off the top. They used our energy. Our energy, guys, is what creates money. Okay, our signature, when you sign a contract, or when you sign for a car, you sign for a house, whatever, That money from our signature, because of the treasury, our names are in the treasury. Our signature gives life to the money. Okay, I hope y'all realize that money doesn't exist until we we borrow it into existence. That is the debt system, the debt trap that we are under. And that system, they've used it for all they could use it for. And it's treated, it's coming to the point of where it's coming to an end. So what we're seeing right now, guys, is paper, right? We They used paper, they used the law books, Black's Law Dictionary, they used Bouvier's. They superimposed their commercial world, their imaginary commercial world, and they overlapped it on top of the real world. But now with the technology that they have, guys, we have the internet, we have the digital world, we have the cyber world. They have more tools, they have more ways to be able to steal from us. Our slavery is now, it's now in the digital world, guys. And now, instead of using the straw man or the legal fictions, now they're moving into the avatars. There's gonna be, just like there's gonna be digital representations of the physical world, the physical assets, like through blockchain and things like that. Back in the day, well, there's gonna be a digital version of you. And we're going into the we're going into this old straw man that used to be on paper. It's now going into the digital version called avatars, and there will be a digital you. And it's really your the digital you is the one that's going to get paid through like social credit scores and carbon credits and things like that. There's a lot to this, right? I'm just giving you like the very basic um outline of what's happening. And so, yes, I'm as we're going through this, I'm learning a lot, guys. And we're gonna have to adapt. Excuse me. We're gonna have to adapt to what is coming. They're gonna make it very hard on us, very gradually. Like, I mean, it's sped up a lot. And all the people that I've been trying to warn for years and years, so many years, guys, that I've been trying to warn them. And maybe I wasn't articulating right what I was watching, what I was seeing. I just knew something was coming. I didn't really know how, in what way, how were they gonna do it. But when we got locked down, guys, in 2020, in the spring of 2020, I knew that it could be done. When they locked us down and everybody literally stayed home and the streets were empty, I knew it could be done. Today I was driving home from work and I was looking at all the traffic and all the cars, and I'm thinking, if this economy really collapses, when the powers that be decide it's time to collapse it, they will do that. They're gonna do it. And what we're seeing are the signs of this. And I'm thinking, could they really do that? Like, is it really possible to grind, to pretty much slow down life to a standstill? And yes, it can, because they did it in the spring of 2020. So, guys, what I'm trying to say is that there's gonna be, you have to, once you have your preparations in order, your food, your water, as best you can. It's kind of hard, unless you have like solar generators and maybe solar panels and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to stockpile gasoline and propane. Yeah, you can, to a certain extent, but this system, there's still going to be opportunities, right? The ones that grab these opportunities, the ones that are prepared, the ones that don't panic, are the ones that are going to make it. There's going to be opportunity, guys, to succeed. And you got to try your best to look at the opportunities and try to see what's coming, so that not only for you but for your children, guys, for my grandchildren. I love my family so much. My grandkids, I love them so much, and I worry for their future about what kind of shitty world that we're living them. And that's what really bothers me. I've lived my life, guys. I mean, not that I'm ready to die or anything, but um, I wish that we were not leaving them this world. They're not gonna, they're not gonna know. I'm not saying that maybe the America that I thought I lived in, the land of the free, home of the brave, all that, it was, it was, it was not what I thought it was. But I tell you what, though, I was taught in school about the Constitution, and I understand the Constitution. As we know it, it's just, it doesn't pertain to us. Yada yada yada. I understand that it was a contract, it was a security agreement. Okay, but the idea of the Constitution, the idea of the Bill of Rights, the idea of the Articles of Confederation, all those things were that, hey, we are free human beings, and we have a creator, and no other man is better than us, or you know we don't have a master. We are our own masters. But the thing, guys, is you got to live like you're your own master. You have to live that way. Only master I have is my creator, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my Father in heaven. Those are my beliefs. That is what I believe, and I am a free man. And you know what? For all the whatever, like, the public school districts are crap, guys. They are garbage. You should see the stuff that's going on in the schools. And they're pushing all these things in there. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, in school I was taught about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They said I was a free man, and so that is the way that I carry myself. And you know what? They taught me that, and you know what? That idea of freedom and being your own master, being responsible for yourself, I like that idea. I like that. I live that. There's responsibility, and it's your duty, guys, to live like that. It's your duty. And so we have to see what's coming. What is this new system they're bringing? And we have to prepare, and we have to, like anything else, guys, we have to learn what it is and adapt, and go with it, because our families are going to depend on us. Your families are going to depend on you to make it happen. And so I've realized that it's like they say in the Bible, there is nothing new under the sun. This new paradigm that's coming, it's just a shinier electrical version of the one we're living now. And you have to be ready. You have to position yourself to seize the moment, and be able to get in there and take advantage of the opportunities that are going to be, because there will be opportunities. I saw a lot of stories today on the news, or on a lot of content creators talking about, and rightly so, about how gasoline is going to be going up, everything's going to be going up. They're literally destroying our world, guys. Our everything that the way we've lived, they're destroying it, because they're bringing in the new system is going to come in, and they're going to destroy it. And if you're not ready, and you get steamrolled, they don't care. They do not care. They just want to bring in the new system, because they want to stay in power, and that's what's going to keep them in power. So the ones that are prepared are the ones that are going to make it. A lot of people tell me that, I've heard a lot of people, well, we got to keep God in our hearts, and we got to leave it to God, and He's going to take care of us. Yes, guys, but do you not realize that when you hear of people talking about how to that prepare for this emergency, or prepare for what's coming, do you not ever think that maybe that is the prayer, God answering, putting somebody in your life to let you know what's coming and to get ready? I understand of not being materialistic and all that stuff. I understand all that. You know, that we have to be higher minded and not think of just, material things. I understand that, but I'm not gonna let my family suffer and starve and live homeless and all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that because it is my job to take care of my family. That is the duty that God has put every man to take care of their family's spiritual life and their well being. And I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make sure that they're okay and that they're taken care of and that they're prepared. I'm preparing my children. These people, these elites and ruling class, they teach their kids. They send their kids to schools and all these private schools or whatever. They send their kids to be leaders, to run companies, to do this and that. They don't they prepare them. You got to do the same thing for your children to be ready. And so this there's the thing is that there's a disconnect to this new paradigm between the real world and the economy. It's based on it's based on nothing. And they will cut down the population, guys. There is a culling. That is what's happening right now. There's a culling. The weak, or the ones that you know don't comply or whatever. I mean, you're gonna get swept. They're gonna be swept up. And so, just be ready, guys. It's like I said, energy and money. That's the way these people that run all this. They have white papers on calories, how much calories put out, how much work, how much value. They have it down to the to the decimal point, guys. That is what they do. And just this system is very evil because it's control over another man. One man or one group of people want to control other people. And there's no morality, there's nothing. They To them, we're just organisms or whatever. That's the way they look at us. We're just we're numbers on a chart. you know we're numbers on a chart that consume so many resources, and this is what we put out. That's how they look at it. And they're taking care of their family. So today, like I said, I was watching all these videos about the oil, and gasoline's gonna go up to so many dollars, and oil and food's going up, which I already see. I mean, but my mind has really focused. It's really like locked on to. I mean, usually, guys, when I wake up to something, when I learn something, I'm kind of like going 100 miles an hour, learning about it, talking about it, trying to tell people about what I've just learned, right, and how I understand it. I research it, whatever, and then I kind of like slow down, and I internalize what I've just learned and how it applies to my world about what's going on. And then I try to, not always, guys. I'm not saying I'm not a machine, but I'm human. But I try to use that knowledge and apply it to my life. And I guess because I've gotten older, uh, I'm more focused. And when I focus on something, once I lock in on it, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna learn. And you're not gonna move me. I mean, if it's not gonna benefit my family or it's gonna hurt them, you're not moving me. You gotta be disciplined. I'm not, and like again, I'm human, right? But I still live my life, guys. I still have fun with my children, my grandchildren. Go to work. Whatever. I still going on with my life. But at the same time, like I tell my kids, especially my son, you take care of business first, and then once you take care of business, then you can have fun. The weekends we do our whatever chores we gotta do around the house, outside, cut the grass, whatever, you know, fix the fence, whatever. And then once we get done, now we got the day to ourselves and do whatever we want. That's the way I do it. So I try to do it, and that's what we got to do right now, guys. Because these people that are running this world, they are, they have it in. They, you know what? Honestly, they don't really. They're not even. They don't even have it in for us. Really, they're just like, they're just going along what they're gonna do, and that's it. Until people rise up all together in mass and say no, we're not, no, that's not the way, that's not human. They're bringing in a technocracy, guys, into our world, into the real world. They're bringing this technocracy and they want to change humanity, you know. So like with any technology, there's benefits. It's supposed to benefit humanity to where we don't work, but they still have us working, guys. Why do we pay taxes if they're just able to print money? Why? Because it's, taxation is just a form of control. And I'm not trying to get into another, topic there, but I'm just saying, focus on think outside the box, guys. See what they're doing. They want to bring in this green economy and things like that. And just like I've planted a bunch of fruit trees here. My wife's been planting little planters of because we got to grow our own food, guys. We have chickens, um, and I always had a green thumb, but it's been many years that I really, usually when I plant something, it grows. Um, Watermelons, tomatoes, whatever, it always grows for me. So, um, but we really want to concentrate on an orchard because you can have that many years, and once the trees grow and things like that, they're a little bit less, something that you don't have to babysit so hard. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm also, besides the preparations of the emergency preparedness, like food, stocking up on food, medicine, and all the things that we use in our daily lives. Besides that, I'm also concentrating on the financial aspects of my life and the life of my family, so that they're ready, so that I have things ready for them. So just be ready, guys. I mean, the details could be anything. The details of what's going on. There's so many details, but just know that they're transitioning us to another whole nother world, and they're doing it by force. They're gonna drag us kicking and screaming, guys. That's what they're gonna do, it like that. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. There's so much going on, but again, I've been watching all these great financial channels, great, and to me, the prepper channels and the financial channels really are one. Really, to me, because of the way I see things, I I I prep because of what's going on with the economy, or what I knew was going to happen. And so that is what got me to prep. And so to me, I watch a lot of financial channels. I mean, honestly, I in a way, I watch those a little bit more closely than the prepper channels. Although I have my favorites, I do have the ones that I like to listen to all the time, because they bring in the financials and everything that's going on around the world, guys. The wars and um the skirmishes, whatever, they all have to do with the economy. You know what I'm saying? Everything relates back to money. Everything, control, resources, money. I mean, it's just rich people wanting to stay in power. Honestly, that's all it is. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a great evening. I will be making more videos. I've just been very busy, but I'm always keeping up with everything, guys. So again, um, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, guys, and folk, look at the big picture. Look at the big picture, guys. So anyway, y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.